What if the key wasn't some new app or a trendy life hack, but 40 ancient verses? See, that's the power of the Hanuman Chalisa. It's not just a prayer, it's a transformative daily affirmation for a focused modern mind.
All right, so where does this whole journey to serenity actually begin? Well, it all starts with the mind. Section 1 is all about seeking wisdom and getting to a state of profound mental clarity.
The very first step. It's captured in this really beautiful phrase from the opening verse, Nirmideswan Mukhar Sudari. This is the foundational act of the entire practice. But what does that actually mean for us? It's all about this powerful metaphor. Think of your mind, your consciousness, as a mirror. Over time, it gets covered in the dust of stress and doubt and distraction, right? And it starts reflecting a distorted reality back at you. So the practice begins by cleansing this mirror so it can reflect true, unfiltered knowledge and clarity.
So how do you clean that mirror? Well, the verses guide us to make a threefold request. We affirm our desire for Bal, which is inner strength, Buddhi, or profound wisdom, and Vidya, true knowledge. These are the very tools that help us remove all those mental impurities and the darkness from our thoughts.
And this is exactly why Hanuman is the focal point here. He's hailed as an ocean of wisdom and virtue. He really represents the ideal of a sharpened intellect and complete self-mastery, a perfect blueprint for our own journey. Okay, so once the mind is clear, we can build on that. The next step is all about building a kind of shield. This section focuses on protection and removing the obstacles that life inevitably throws our way. Okay, I've got to say, this is one of my favorite parts, because it shows just how timeless these verses are. The ancient metaphor of ghosts and spirits that perfectly translates to our modern experience of intrusive, anxious thoughts. Diseases and pains can easily be seen as chronic stress and burnout. And difficult tasks, well, those are those daily obstacles that just feel completely overwhelming. And this brings us to a really crucial affirmation. It essentially translates to, ghosts and evil spirits cannot come near when one recites the name of the great hero. As a daily practice, this is an incredibly powerful tool for cultivating absolute fearlessness against all those modern-day anxieties.
So when you put it all together, this practice is really designed to act as a kind of divine shield. It instills this deep sense of confidence, ensuring that those worldly hurdles, those overwhelming tasks, they start to feel easy, manageable, and totally within your control.
All right, so we've cleared our mind, we built our shield, so what's next? Well, now we get to the ultimate goal, attaining profound serenity and success, both inside and out. And you know, for anyone seeking more than just protection, the Chalisa promises something even bigger. It points toward the ultimate rewards for this dedicated practice, what are known as the siddhis and the nidhis. So first, you have what are called the 8 siddhis, or spiritual perfections. And no, we're not talking about literal superpowers here. Think of them more like heightened states of inner mastery, like unwavering focus, intuitive insight, and the ability to overcome physical limitations through sheer mental discipline.
And what's so amazing is that right alongside the spiritual, this practice also supports worldly success. The 9 nidhis, or divine treasures, they represent all these different forms of prosperity and fulfillment. Not just wealth, but things like peace, contentment, and having a positive influence in the world. It's a really holistic vision of what success looks like.
So, the big question is, how do we get there?
Well, the path is actually laid out for us. You start by inviting the remover of sorrows and welcoming the auspicious form to reside within you. See, this isn't about looking outside for help. It's about cultivating an unwavering inner presence that leads to Mahasukh, or supreme bliss, totally independent of what's happening around you.
All right, let's bring this all together now. Because this isn't just some ancient philosophy, right? It's a really practical daily tool for your own personal transformation. So really, the invitation here is simple. Make these verses your daily shield. Let this practice be the thing that transforms your weakness into strength and your inner chaos into a profound sense of peace. And in the end, it all comes down to this one final, really intimate invitation. Hriday basahu surpup. May you reside in my heart forever. This just summarizes the entire goal, to internalize these qualities of strength, wisdom, and serenity so they become a permanent part of who you are. So I want to leave you with one final thought. Look at your own life right now. What is one fear, one anxiety, one obstacle that you could begin to transform into strength, starting today? Because the power, as these verses show, is already right there inside you.